Okay, so page 20. You want them to be equal? So if you minus 20 here and plus 30, sorry, yeah, the other way. Plus 30 here and minus 20 here, you'll end up them being the same amount. Okay. Easiest way to do this question is probably to just try each of these. There's only 4 options. Okay. Between 10 and 20, there are infinite many rational numbers, so aka decimals. Okay. Number 3, you're given a relation in a table form and you're given a relation in equation form. Remember what I say? They always like to have you go back one more row. Okay, so when x is at 0, what is your y value here? Yeah, 5, because you are going by sevens right here. Okay. Oh yes, sorry, 8. Okay, going by 8. So does that mean my equation is y equal 8x plus 5?
No.
Why not?
Because it's going up by 2.
Right, it's going by 2s. So 8 divided by 2, which is 4x plus 5. Okay, and then when you could set them equal to each other. Alright, and then solve for x, or you can sub in each one of these points into both of them. Alright, and then you can figure out if it says which point satisfy both relation, then it has to work for this one and for this one for it to be an intersection point. Alright, this one, you are constructing the box plot and then figuring out where the 23 is located. So when you do a box plot, let's go over it anyway, because it's been a while. What do you need to draw first in a box plot?
The axis.
We don't call it an axis. Number line, scale, right? So you have your, let's say from 20 to 30. So 2, 4, 6. Okay. So then you have your minimum 21, maximum 30, and then your median here. That. So my median here is 26, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, that's my median, Q2. And then from this first half, that means this is my Q1 and this is my Q3. So 24, 27. Draw my box. Draw the line. Okay. This is I call this my minimum. I call this my maximum. What do we call this?
Yeah. Q1.
Another word for Q1?
First quartile.
Or?
Middle of the first time.
Okay. So
25th percentile.
Lower. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. But that's good because on EQAO they do use these different words. So I want to make sure you guys know Q1. You can call it first quartile. You can call it lower quartile. So what would Q3 be called? Upper quartile. Good. What is Q2 called then? Not middle quartile.
The median.
The median. That's right. Okay. So trust me, I've had students where they see the question, they were asking the lower quartile and they thought it was the minimum value. Okay. So that's why I'm going over these terms with you guys so that you know. 23. I want 23 one right here. So this is between the lowest and first quartile. Okay. This one and Feste, if you increase your principal amount, it's gonna increase your interest earned. If the interest rate is lower, of course you will earn less. And then if it's compounded less frequently, meaning they pay you less often, then of course you also earn less. Okay. Uh, Greater speed require greater stopping distance, so that seems reasonable. Okay. So even if you don't understand what the question is asking, some of these make sense in general. Right. And also, again, reading the question carefully when it says select all the statements that's true, it suggests to you that there's probably more than one that's true. Okay. There's a positive correlation between speed and stopping distance. Okay. And we talked about correlation. As long as there's a relationship between the speed of the car and stopping distance, which you know there is, then it's a positive relation. Okay. Number 7. This is an isosceles triangle. More specifically, this is a isosceles right triangle. Right isosceles triangle. Okay, so then you're doing Pythagorean theorem with 7 and 7 to figure out what the hypotenuse is. Okay. Which satisfy this? So you're subbing in -3 and -5 in here, and you will see that it's greater than 12. Okay. Maximum of 4 people can sit at the table. So, and then there's 15 other that are standing. So 4 at each table, that tells you that's your 4n. Okay. This one, this is an interesting one. The volume of the square-based pyramid shown is by this and this. Okay, so again, formulas for geometric is given. Select all changes that would result in a pyramid with 4 times the volume. Okay, so if you multiply the pyramid's height by 4, if you multiply this by 4, that would 4 times the volume. Okay, because h is multiplied by 4, so 4h. And if you double the side length of the square base, okay, so because it's square, so 2 square gives you that 4. Right? This is a displacement question, so if you're just adding, subtracting, adding, you'll see that to get back to 0, you have to subtract 126. Okay. Moving right along. Page 22, number 12. Another coding question. Okay, just like the one that we did with pi. So if you enter the number 4.3, what's the number between 4.3 and 5.3? It's 5. Okay. Algebra. So distribute, collect like term, you'll get 4x plus 10. This one, alright, my y-intercept is 6, so definitely I know it's not this already. My chances are 50-50 now. Choose another point on here. Let's say x and y-intercept are always good points to use. So do your slope, rise over run. Since I'm going down so negative slope. Also because I know my line goes this way, I also know it's a negative slope. So -6/4, which reduces to -3/2. Okay. Scientific notation, negative exponent. So I'm moving this over 4 space to the left, so I get to this decimal. Okay. This one, we did quite a few of these before. Fan has 8x, and then Emma has 10, fewer than triple that, so 3x minus 10. And then Omar has double Emma's, so 2 bracket 3x minus 10. Add those 3 expressions together and equal it to 140. Simplify it, you'll get your answer. Alright. 17, drag and drop. So after you simplify this, so you are doing this, distribute. So collect like terms, and then you'll see that as your answer. Okay. Page 23, number 18. Uh, when will it be $10? So $10. Notice the Y value is the 10 at the dollar. So when it goes to $10, okay, which is this point on the curve, it's going to take you 3 years. By the way, is this interpolation or extrapolation? Inter, right? Because it's within your data. Okay. This one right here, select the two true statement. So make sure you choose 2, otherwise it will give you an error on EQAO. Okay, so your rate is, it goes down 0.002 and the initial is 28. Okay, and there you go. Okay. This coding question, so remember the 4 things that it happens. You're setting up your variables, okay? You are asking for input, and then after you ask for the input, you're doing the calculation, and then after the calculation, you are displaying the result. Okay, so how do you display amount? By calculating amount here. Okay, so there you go. What is the value of this? So don't forget the exponent rules. When you're multiplying, you're adding the exponents. So you get -4 plus 9, you get 5. And then when you're dividing, you subtract. So 3 to the power of 3, which I emphasize it's 27, not 9. Okay. 22, page 20, sorry, question 22. Okay, don't forget for the exam, you need to know the different types of survey methods. I won't ask you guys to define it because that's a little too much to memorize, but I could be asking you which method is the best. Okay, so then you just need to know the terms. Okay, same with the bias timing, like the problems. So just know the terms. This one, so which method is the best to collect data? If I just survey 100 randomly chosen students at school. Okay, so do you guys remember the name when I just draw names out of a hat? Simple random, good. All right, the code has the same circular base and height, so we are comparing volume, so you know that it is a third. A cone is a third of a cylinder. Okay. If it has the same volume, that means it's triple, right? Because if you are dividing by 3 on the cone, but you get the same volume, that means your height has to be times 3 for triple to cancel out. Okay. This one, final price of this, the original price is $44.99. I'm getting a 15% off discount. Right? 15% off. So, what do I times that $44.99 by? If that 15% discount. 0.85, right? That's the shortcut to calculating these. You could times it by 0.15 and then subtracting from it, but just like with tax, we do the 1.15. So if it's a discount, we do the opposite, which is 0.85. And then after that, you have an additional 20% off. So what do I do with that answer? Yep. Times it by 0.8 again. Okay. Can I just simply do 0.35? No, it does make a difference. So if you are going shopping and you have 2 deals, one is additional discount and one is just together discount, the additional discount will be more. Okay? Because you're saving on top of the sales price. So this always works out better in real life too. Okay? And then you'll get that sweater for $30.59. And then of course we pay it all back with tax. Okay. Looking at this trend, what's the trend here?
It's the slope is negative.
It's decreasing. So, yeah. So I don't even need to worry about what that number is. This is the only negative correlation. So there you go. All right. Would you say this is, how would you describe the correlation?
Strong negative.
Strong negative. Good. Okay. See? Two lines intersecting at 6 and 100. So at 8 visits, pay as you go is it's more expensive. For 20 visits, pay as you go is much more expensive. Okay. And then the last question: what is the area of the following figure? So you want to break this because it's area. You will want to break it into two separate shapes.
A trapezoid and then you subtract the area of the triangle.
You could, or simply just do a triangle and a rectangle. Is this a square?
No.
No. Okay, so don't assume it's a square. This is 4 meters right here because if I know the whole thing is 10 and this is 6, that means this bit is 4. So in this do Pythagorean theorem, you'll figure that this is 3. So that means this whole length right here is 5. So first area 30, second area is 6. So add it together, you get 36. Okay, so that was 27 questions. How many of you got, let me see. 70% of 27. How many of you got more than 19 correct? Good, you passed. Yay! All right, what about 80%? 80% is 22 questions. How many of you got more than 22 of these correct? Oh, I was still expecting all the hands to be up. Okay, all right. So you got level 4. Okay, so since this is the extended period, can if you have your Chromebook, if you guys can check it out. Otherwise, I will give you guys the. I have extra Chromebooks here, and we'll do the mock EQAO online now.